If I had to sum up today's entire video in a single word, it would be shameless. I think at this point, we're almost desensitized to apology videos. It's a tale as old as time, right? Somebody tries something online, everybody's like, wow, we hate this actually, and then that person has to backtrack and apologize. Or I guess it's a tale as old as the internet, at least. But that is not quite how today's story ends, as you're going to see. We are dealing with an individual who seems to think he has done absolutely nothing wrong, despite basically inventing a new way of manipulating people on the internet. I found this article about this super sketchy guy behind this super sketchy company that is trying to create AI fan art of popular celebrities in order to promote their songs. And fan art isn't exactly the word I would have gone with to describe whatever he's doing. I was thinking more like manipulation, disinformation, but I guess you get to decide for yourself. But first, welcome. My name is D'Angelo, and I am your professor of holographic geography, which is a very real degree that I definitely do have. Or maybe this is just me broadcasting myself talking in my room like YouTube used to be. And in today's lecture, we're going to look at Watercooler, a company that has already tricked millions of users into believing things that are simply not true. All just for a few extra streams online, or like a few million extra streams, as you're going to see. So the article we're going to look at is from Billboard, and it's called "Don't Believe the Internet, Inside the Digital Agency Making Fan Fiction for Artists." And so I would describe Kristen Robinson's article for Billboard as being very neutral, which I appreciate. But I'm going to let you know right now, I am very not. I think what's going on here is just an absolute mess, and Billboard was way too nice about it. Even just the fact that we are using the word fanfiction to refer to, you'll see. New digital company Watercooler, no ease, is hired to create TikTok videos that promote fake stories about clients like Shaboozey and Young Nudie. Fans are falling for it. And interestingly, if you were to go to the very top of the United States music charts right now, you'll see Shaboozey is there with his song A Bar Song, Tipsy. A song which has been on this chart for darn near 5 months straight and has held this #1 spot for 7 weeks. Personally, I'm not the biggest country fan, but I do think the song is very fun. I heard the song because I just follow the charts for fun, but turns out a lot of people might have heard the song because they fell for her fake TikTok. These days, many in the music business are trying to harness the power of the super fan, the kind of fan that shows up to concerts, buys t-shirts, orders physical albums, and obsesses over the artists online. That has meant that digital marketing agencies are increasingly turning their attention to fan pages. It is very true that if you get enough people interested in the thing you're offering, they will just start promoting you out of their own volition. I think I have actually seen some fans online do more promo for the artists they're following than the artists' actual labels. But what this article is really about to call into question is this all out of the fans' own volition, or is there a little bit of manipulation at work here? Enter Ethan Curtis, who is the star of today's show, which is not good because it's a show about people doing bad things. The TikTok influencer campaign has been front and center for marketing songs for a while, says Ethan Curtis. I don't know why I'm giving him that voice, but it's too late to go back. And Ethan's apparently the founder of Push Play, a digital marketing agency that's promoted songs like Bad Habit by Steve Lacy, Golden Hour by Jake, and Glimpse of Us by Joji. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw these 3 songs, I was kind of like, hold on a second, because all 3 of these songs were huge on TikTok. There's 600,000 videos that use Bad Habit by Steve Lacy, not 600,000 views, 600,000 different videos with any number of views, some containing millions. 800,000 videos for Golden Hour, 850K for the Joji song, which to be fair is a very nice song. In fact, can I just say, I really do not understand the hate for songs that blow up on TikTok. I just don't use TikTok. So I genuinely don't care if a song that I like happens to also be popular over there. My enjoyment of the song has nothing to do with the Clock app nor any of the people on it. And yet you get people in the comment section on YouTube who are like, only people who didn't come from TikTok can like this comment. If a song slaps, it slaps. I will never, ever understand the TikTok hate if you are somebody who doesn't even use TikTok. The thought of random mostly children enjoying something that I also happen to like doesn't ruin it for me, but I don't know, that's just me. Am I missing something? You'd have to let me know. But anyways, all this to say, if there is one digital marketing agency behind all 3 of those songs, they are kind of obscenely good at their job. But oh, that was not enough for Ethan. As it's gotten more saturated and more expensive, we found there was interest in creating your own fan pages where you can have total control of the narrative. The article goes on to explain that the idea of a fan page sneakily made by an artist team is not new. Even before TikTok, management teams were quietly using anonymous accounts to pose as fans on sites like Tumblr, Instagram, and Twitter. And you know, it just makes sense. Like, hold on, we'll run an experiment right now and you tell me which one is more exciting. Today's video is sponsored by this rock. Are you going to sit here and listen to me talk about this rock and specific marketing talking points for 60 seconds, or would that be kind of boring to you? But hold on, rewind, What if I just said, yo, we need to talk about this rock for 60 seconds? This rock is my hyperfixation, it's my Roman Empire, and it has completely ruined my life for the week because it's all I can think about. Please let me talk to you about this rock for 60 seconds. See how it's just kind of more exciting when people seem excited about the thing they're talking about? But anyways, that was just a random example. Rock isn't really my genre. Sorry, that was terrible. Anyways, Curtis is a big fan of this misleading practice because, as he says, it is a space you can own. Enter water cooler, a company name with no E's or A, now that I'm looking closer, but you have the O's. Why does this make me irrationally angry? If you're gonna do the no vowel thing, I would like you to commit. Why can't you just name it water? Oh, I guess it kind of looks like water clear. Okay, never mind. I see where you guys are coming from, but thanks, I hate it. It's like they pulled a Gwyneth Paltrow and they were like, oh, all big companies have 2 O's in their name. Google, Yahoo, Facebook. But then he was like, wait, you know what else really modern tech companies do? They drop the E, like Flickr, Tumblr. Okay, I just realized I am not naming modern companies at all, but you get the point. And you put it all together and it's water cooler. I don't like the way it's looking at me. Anyway, Billboard says that Water Cooler is a spin-off of his digital firm Pushplay. A spin-off? Like a subsidiary? Spin-off makes it sound like a TV show. But Water Cooler is dedicated to creating fan fiction pages for artists. To put it simply, Water Cooler is hired to create viral-worthy fake stories about their client. Though of course, Curtis draws the line at any fan fiction that could be negative or cause backlash for the people featured in the videos. So we're fine with lying to people, just not in a way that's going to impact our sales negatively. We'll lie to them to impact them positively all day. So as much as I'd love to show you this fan fiction straight from the source, as you can see, it has since been yeeted from the internet. It was initially posted by Shaboozey's Vault, which was a quote-unquote fan fiction page for Shaboozey created by Water Cooler. And according to the Stereogum article, it's not just that one video. Shaboozey promo account deleted after marketing agency reveals gross fan fiction tactics. But thankfully, this article links to a repost of this TikTok on someone else's page. So behold, fan fiction.
Did y'all hear Dolly Parton is Shaboozey's godmother?
I don't know if I'll be around to where I can actually do all the duties that a godmother does.
The best, honestly. Dolly also pulling up to every Boozy show. Is Boozy the next star in Dollywood?
So, like, you know, that would be sweet. That does definitely seem like the kind of thing Dolly Parton would do. Only problem is she didn't. And this video is just a complete fabrication. And before it was deleted, that video that falsely claimed that Dolly Parton is Shaboozey's godmother had 1.1 million views and 121,000 likes. And Curtis says the video was made by splicing together old interview clips of the artists along with some AI voiceovers. So you've got Charlemagne here on The Breakfast Club, who does often talk about pop culture. And look how sneaky this is. He starts to talk, but then we gotta cut him off so you can't tell that the audio doesn't match up.
Did y'all hear Dolly Parton?
Come on. They only include like one more little clip of him right here.
Dolly also pulling up.
Because if they showed any more than that, you would see how this fabricated voiceover does not fit his mouth at all. And then the clips where people actually are talking are from completely different instances. And if you do just a wee bit of internet sleuthing, take a look at Dolly's fantastic shiny blazer, match it to this appearance on the Anderson Cooper show, you'll very quickly realize this is like a 12-and-a-half-year-old clip of her talking about being Miley Cyrus's godmother. And who, pray tell, was Shaboozey talking about in this interview clip?
Beyonce was doing a country album.
So y'all took real video Charlemagne and AI voice Charlemagne and used it to combine Dolly Parton talking about Miley Cyrus with Shaboozey discussing Beyonce in order to create manipulated media spreading false information to use Dolly Parton's good name to push Shaboozey's music. And you're calling this fan fiction? I'm sorry, but when I think about fan fiction, forgive me for thinking about things like I need you Todobaku Deku X Reader by Coco. You're my husbandos. How many times do I have to say that in one day? You know what? Forget Wattpad fanfiction. I want that archive of our own. Let's just take it all the way back. I want Shrek fanfiction with angst, not shaboozey's godmother. And I'm making a joke of this, but obviously the really big distinction here is real fanfiction is not intended to mislead anybody. I actually think trying to take that term and hide behind it is really gross. Just say you're creating deepfakes to trick people into streaming the guy. Like, you don't have to make it this whole thing. We are huge fans of pop culture, fanfiction, and satire, says Curtis. We see it as creating our own version of a Marvel universe, but with pop stars. My brother in Christ, there is already a universe with pop stars in it. It's called the pop industry. They interact with each other all the time. There's crossovers, collaborations. Like, what do you mean? Marvel is fine. Well, you know, fanfiction is fine. Like, these things are okay to do. What you're doing is not. All of the TikTok accounts made by Watercooler note in their bios that their content is fan fiction. That's all well and good, but the TikToks themselves do not. But oh, don't worry, because the videos on these pages also include Easter eggs, which Curtis says points to the fact that the videos are fabrications, but plenty of fans are still falling for it. Yeah, maybe that's because there are no Easter eggs. Like, what is he referring to? I think Billboard is falling for it as well. This is a part where I wish they could have pushed back a little harder and been like, hey, which Easter eggs are you referring to? And the video that contains absolutely no indication that it's a deep fake. Like, I'm scrolling through the video right now. There's no haha, no JK, no satire label. Where are these Easter eggs? But I guess I shouldn't be surprised that somebody who would lie to the internet like this would also lie to an interviewer's face. And the video wound up generating comments like, how many godchildren does Dolly have and where can I sign up? And Dolly is an angel on earth, which is true, kind of. But that really proves why we should not be doing this with her name. So at this point in the article, I was like, okay, great. We've got a bold-faced liar just out here misleading people on the internet. Now what? Well, now he's going to tell us about his plans to push this even further, because he suggested that he's going to try to use watercolor for what I can only describe as predictive PR. In the future, Curtis thinks this novel form of fan fiction will be useful beyond just trying to engage fan bases online. He sees potential for the pages to serve as a testing ground for real-life decisions, like an artist choosing to collaborate with another to see how the fan base would react. Traditionally, you don't get to look before you jump, he says. Maybe in the future we will. Can you imagine if, like, a little while ago when Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars announced that they were putting out a song together, if that announcement was just an AI-generated prank to see if people would be excited? I'm really curious as to what Curtis's game plan would be if the post was not well received. You're just going to say JK or like delete it and hope that nobody remembers? Like, how is the thing he's describing even going to work? This is sounding like delusion. What is it about tech bros and AI people that lends to this sort of fervent championing of a future that is simply not feasible? Things have gotten to the point where I am literally like a tech guy in hiding. I don't even want to admit it, because if I say, oh yeah, I'm totally into tech, I am referring to things like phones that unfold, maybe a sick pair of headphones if I'm feeling really extra. But I fear that people will immediately assume I'm into like cryptocurrency and NFTs and a future in which we just live in AI generated purgatory. I need a tech support group. Well, they have a lot of those. I need a tech enthusiast support group. So now the article switches to an interview, so we get to hear directly from Curtis. So Billboard asks, what was the first fan fiction post that took off for Watercooler? It was the video of Shaq being a super fan to the rapper Young Nudie. We'd been working on promoting the Young Nudie song, mostly on the influencer side. We had dances and all sorts of different trends going. It was becoming a top rap song by that point. And then we sold the client on doing one of those fan pages where we just tested out a bunch of stuff. So I can't sit here and act surprised that we now have labels creating fake TikTok dances and selling them to influencers. And I promise you, if Watercooler is not disclosing that these are AI generated videos, I would be very hesitant to believe that Push Play is disclosing that these dances are sponsorships. If you are compensating influencers in any way to try to get a trend to take off, that is paid promotion. And so I guess it really does make sense that companies would take advantage of a bunch of people trying to dance and have fun and just create this completely inorganic version of it. But now you have the actual proof that this is happening. But again, the fake dances weren't even enough. So we had to do this fake Shaq video. So this video is still up where it has 10 million views. They seem to have another one with 7 million views also featuring Shaq. Imagine being young nudie and just seeing Shaq always in the front row at your show. Y'all couldn't even bother to give this fake comment a real profile picture. That is just shameful. And in this video, we have spliced together Shaq at a completely different concert, making it sound like he's there listening to Young Nudie. Shaq be everywhere. Shaq really just enjoys his life. Like 52,000 likes, 100,000 likes on these comments. Not even the TikTok. These are just on comments. Absolutely none of these top comments are about the fact that this video is fake. This other video was manipulated to make it sound like Shaq is saying Young Nudie is his favorite rapper.
Who's the best underground rapper?
I'm coming with a name you guys probably don't know, but Young Nudie.
And people at least seem to be a little more hip to that one. AI is dangerous. Shaq did not say that. I was fooled for a second. But then you've got, oh my god, wait, is this real? Haha, I had no idea Shaq loved Nudie. And maybe he does. I don't know, but I feel like you are cheapening the artist's music so much by doing stuff like that. Because the next time I hear the name shaboozey, I'm not going to think a bar song, Tipsy. I'm going to think, oh, that guy with the videos and the... Okay. We just got clever with the editing and created the story that Shaq was showing up at every Young Nudie show, and then it went crazy viral. Are we keeping a total of the different ways that Ethan Curtis likes to describe lying? Getting clever with the editing, creating fan fiction, creating a Marvel universe for pop stars, and you gotta love the justification. We put on our pages that this is a fan page and fan fiction. We don't really push that it's the truth. We're just having fun, and we let that be known. This is like if somebody came to me and they were like, hey, D'Angelo, is that my hourglass that you just took from my desk? No, this is not the hourglass that I just took from your desk. That's interesting because I did just see you do that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess so. Right. But you said it's not. Yeah, but I didn't really push that as the truth. I was just having fun and I let that be known. Also, when this runs out, you're going to die. Wait, what? Can you tell I'm having fun with these videos? If you're watching this on the day it came out, August 29th, it's my birthday and I am genuinely having the most fun I've maybe ever had in my life. I have tried to do good internet content and have fun simultaneously on and off for the years, and it has gone well and it has not gone well, but it is finally going well for me and I could not be happier. So thank you for watching. I don't know why I'm getting all sappy, just something about being an old man now. And if you're wondering, yes, I turned 56. Don't look it up on famous birthdays. Anyways, Billboard was like, hey, you know that funny thing about actions is they tend to have consequences. There was some pickup after that video went viral. Weren't there some rap blogs posting about the video and taking it as truth? I don't know if they were taking it as true necessarily. We didn't really have any conversations with anyone, but it was definitely getting shared all around, whether it was because of that or just because it was such a funny video. I'm sure there's some people who thought it was true, but a lot of the videos will put Easter eggs at the end that make it obvious that it's not true. I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy at all. Get this guy out of here. I would be happier if I never saw another video from Water Cooler ever again. Do you think that there's anything bad that could come from fans and blogs believing these videos are real, only to later realize that it was fake? I don't know if anything is really bad. We don't claim for it to be true and we're just having fun. We need to add having fun to the list of euphemisms for lying. We're weaving stories and basically saying, wouldn't it be funny if, or wouldn't it be heartwarming if? I don't think we're really ever touching on stuff that's of any importance that could lead to any negative energy or backlash. We're just trying to make fun stuff that fans enjoy, just fun little moments. It's no different than taking a video out of context and slapping meme headings on it. You are creating deep fakes. I feel like I need this guy to write it out 10 times on the chalkboard. You are not a dank memer. You're not a fanfic writer. I know you're not, because if you were, this article would have been 5 times as long, because those people be yapping. No offense. I'm not knocking you or your 100 chapter fan fiction of your hyperfixation, because honestly, I would read it. I'm not gonna lie. Do you see this as the future of memes? I do. I also think there's a future where his voice is just getting worse and worse the more I do it. I also think there's a future where what we're doing becomes sort of like a testing ground for real life collabs or TV show concepts. I could see a label coming to us and asking us to test how a new post-beef collab between Drake and Kendrick would be received, for example. We could see if it's a disaster or potentially the biggest release of their careers. I had to throw in those extra LA syllables. Though honestly, I don't even know if this guy is like from LA. Wow, pushplay.la. Quick, act surprised. I mean, if it's been so successful on socials, why wouldn't it be so successful in real life? And so Billboard's like, okay, yeah, no, that's fine. That's okay, great. But what about the part where you are using AI to falsely attribute statements to people who did not make them? Do you rely on AI in these videos a lot? Or is it primarily about careful editing? The majority of it is just clever editing. Every now and then we may change a word up or something, but the majority of it is just collaging clips. Oh my God, now we're collaging? Leave collagers out of it. How time intensive is it to create these videos? So this answer to me is just like the most infuriating for some reason. So Curtis explains that they used to actually try to make it seem like the artists were saying the things like lip syncing, but that's just super time intensive. Then we started realizing that it's easier to just define a basic objective, go out on the internet and see what we can find. We develop a story from there. So in the interest of saving time, instead of coming up with fake scenarios and trying to make them seem real, he's now just taking real footage and trying to see what fake scenario he can spin out of it. You are literally a con man. Like, this is somehow worse than tabloids. Yes, for now, you are only using this to benefit the artist, but even just modeling this behavior and showing that there are no repercussions for it, it just feels like you're opening the door for something that I really just don't want to see. So in this next question, for a split second, Billboard actually borders on calling this man out. As far as you know, is Water Cooler the first team in digital marketing that is trying to do these false narrative storytelling videos? Or is this something that's seen all over the internet? Yeah, we were definitely the first to do it. There's definitely people that are imitating it now. It's becoming part of the culture. Imagine being proud of inventing a new way of lying to people. You should be so embarrassed that people are now copying this. This is what I meant by sparking things I don't want to see. What happened to shame? I think at times like this, it serves a good purpose. Anyway, Curtis then goes on to explain that like sometimes the artists are in on it, other times the artists are like, I literally do not care, just get me more streams. And Billboard's like, bestie, are you concerned about the legal implications of using someone's likeness to endorse an artist or idea that they haven't really endorsed? We're not claiming it to be true. We include disclaimers that it's just fan fiction. So I think if we were claiming for it to be true, then that's a different story, but that's not what we're doing. And Billboard's like, no, hold on a second. That's listed on all the page bios, but it isn't listed on the actual video captions, right? It's listed on the profiles, and then a lot of videos, we just do Easter eggs at the end that make it sort of apparent that it's a joke. It's apparent to me that you are a joke. Imagine being okay with answering questions like this. Like, genuinely, if I answered questions like this in an article and then the article came out, I would be trying to get this scrubbed from the internet. And then Curtis ends by saying, totally. What TikTok did for song teasing, this is done for situation teasing. Situation teasing. Disinformation campaigns. This man is an absolute menace, and I almost fear putting this video that you're watching right now up, because I'm going to wake up tomorrow and someone's going to send me a video like, yo, why were you hyping up Ethan Curtis? I didn't know you were a water cooler stan. And I'm going to be like, when did I ever say that? Watch him just AI this criticism out of existence. Anyways, the article was very interesting. And whereas I personally would have loved, I would have paid money to see them grill him a little harder, I do think that the approach of just letting him put his foot in his mouth and then just printing the put foot and mouthery right on the page was pretty effective as well. So I understand the vision. Just a shame that the vision was of an absolute fraudster who is innovating new ways of misleading everybody, all just for a few extra streams. You hate to see it. Anyway, that's my take on the situation. Dave's take is that he is a post-information anarchist, and he, for one, welcomes our new AI-assisted disinformation purgatory. And I, of course, am excited to see your take. I mean, this is the part of the video where a layman would ask you to subscribe, leave a comment, or like the video, but I will ask you to enroll evaluate the video, and submit your feedback. Because I am, of course, running a 100% totally, completely, slightly, somewhat, mostly, terribly unaccredited university. But just ask anybody in the student body and they'll confirm it for you. We're totally legit. But as for me, whether you'll see me in 24 hours or 24 months is anyone's guess. But until then, thanks for watching. Your homework for today is to wish me a happy birthday.